No, if you're thinking of coming to the UK, come with the mindset of I'm on my own in this journey. The only thing I can ask for is information. If you want to start asking for money, you've lost that relationship with your uncle. That's honestly the truth. Good news, guys, I found the link to where I got this hair from. It's from Amazon. It's actually less than £50 if I remember off the top of my head, and this is basically the hair. I found the link and I put it down below. I'm sorry that it's taking this long. No one paid me money to advertise the hair, so I'm just doing it because a lot of people have asked about the hair and I just wanted to do it. So yeah, anyways, let's jump into today's video. So guys, in today's video I'm going to be talking about mistakes that people make before they come into the UK, during the period where they come into the UK, and the very few months of when they arrive in the UK, and just the mistakes that people make when they come into the UK in general. That's what we're going to be talking about in this video. So without any further ado, let's swipe that way. So number one mistake I want to talk about is having unrealistic expectations. This might not necessarily be a bad thing at first. It might just be as a result of the lack of knowledge, the lack of understanding, the insufficient amount of knowledge that was presented to them at the time before they moved to the country, or before they moved to the UK. For example, you can be a chartered accountant in Nigeria, and your expectation when you come to the UK is obviously to continue in that line of profession. You might be a lawyer in Nigeria and you come into the UK and your expectations would be to continue as a lawyer. Not to say that you can't continue as a lawyer, but there are going to be steps and like bridges, you know, to cross for you to get to that state. And for example, someone that's studying law in Nigeria, expecting to just come here and just apply to a law firm and start studying law is very unrealistic, because the law system in Nigeria is different. So obviously coming here is going to be different in terms of what you've learned. The concept might be the same, but the whole module, the whole syllabus will definitely be different. And not only that, the UK as a whole just believe that their system is better than any other system, and it's fair enough on them, because you know, if you've worked so hard for your country and you work so hard in your education system, then you know you should be proud of your education system. If you're going to say that what you've studied is equivalent to what is here, then we need to see, you need to show proof, and then they want you to write exams, you know, to show proof that, you know, the knowledge that you've acquired is transferable, if that makes sense. Honestly, you might get very discouraged and depressed seeing how much of a no you're going to be getting when you get to interviews or when you apply for jobs. But don't let this obviously like deter you. Obviously determination, you know, brings, you know, freedom and brings success. So definitely still go for it. But I just want to just point that out, that you know, you being you know, a very good, you know, successful professional in your country does not mean that when you come here it will be the same. And a lot of people that are abroad don't actually go back home and say it as it is. They don't say it as it is. So you might actually still end up being that chartered accountant you want to be, honest truth, or that lawyer you want to be, but you might not start off just applying to a law firm and getting it, because even people that have gone to uni here and done law haven't even gotten a job as a lawyer. So it might require you, maybe you start off as, you know, a domestic staff, maybe you start off as a carer, you just need something that would obviously feed you now and now, you know, build your credit rating now and now, and then you can pursue that dream. So it's just something to just like point out. And there's dignity in labor, so you know, yeah, I don't really know how to buttress that point enough, you know. So yeah, another mistake that people make before they come to the UK is assuming that because they have a relative in the UK, then my relative will support me. Hold up. Everybody in this country is independent. You'd be surprised that your own relative cannot help you. And sometimes it's not because they don't want to help, it's like they don't even have the resources to help you. So that ideology of, oh, I have an uncle, I'll just go and stay in my uncle's house, it's not the same. As soon as you come here, you just totally be a different person, and you start to appreciate your own privacy. And you know, you might be thinking that I'll just stay in my uncle's house and chill. If you're staying in your uncle's house, best believe that you're going to be working and you're going to be adding to contributing to the bills that your uncle is paying in the house. The thing of coming to the UK, come with the mindset of I'm on my own in this journey. The only thing I can ask for is information. If you want to start asking for money, you've lost that relationship with your uncle. That's honestly the truth. Except obviously your uncle's a really nice person, so they're patient. They'll be patient with you. They'll be patient with you. But a time will come where your uncle self will not be patient with you anymore. So that ideology of, oh, I have an uncle abroad that will support me. When I have friends, I won't just go, we'll just hook up and we'll just meet and we'll just chat, we'll just chill all time's sake. You even come and your friends can't even come and meet you up because they have work to do, or the economy is just so tight. Your 8 hours shift work is your 8 hours shift work. It can be really hard to make friends, and when I mean friends, like really close friends, without you compromising your values. So for me, I grew up in a particular way. My parents brought us up quite strictly. Like, we're not allowed to use swear words. You wouldn't dare say the F word. Like, who even knew the F word? Like, who even knew it? You know, and maybe if you said something like you're crazy to, like, if I said something like you're crazy to, like, my sibling, and if I report to my dad, your life is finished. So, you know, we were brought up really strictly, and there are words that we're not allowed to use in my house. So basically, this is how I was brought up, and this is what I was used to. So I come to the UK, and you know, the friends that I'm having, they just, when they're upset, F flowing about. So for me, that was not how I was brought up. So trying to be friends and just like without having to learn all of those things, you know, it was kind of difficult for me. This is my example, but your example might be something different, you know. But for me, this was my example. So for me, I found it slightly harder to make friends, really. And then once you start sounding differently, not everybody would want to roll with you as such. Some people would, but not everyone would. So people would rather just go with people that they're comfortable with, that they've already known since like primary school, secondary school, and that. So that's just something to be aware of, that, you know, you're not gonna, this is for people that have already arrived to the UK. People oftentimes lost their norms and their values. So they come here, and say they borrowed money from people before coming here, they forget to pay. Say they prayed and prayed and prayed, oh God, if you give me this visa, I will serve you forever. They come here and they change, because at the end of the day, life is easier, and they just join the crowd and just mix, and then forget totally, and then they become a totally different human being, which shouldn't be, but it happens sadly. Yeah. Oh, another one I want to talk about is people have the perception that if I come to the UK, I'm already rich. I'm a rich bloke. I'm a rich girl. Yes, you're gonna be rich, amen. But it's not that you're gonna be rich like that, because the honest truth is the economy is so developed in the sense that you're working and you're paying. So if I'm going on this good road, I know that I'm paying for it. So I'm working and I'm earning, for example, £1,000 a month. I mean, 700 is already gone for my bills. So by the time I now decide to go cook, eat, and save, there's pretty much nothing left. So you might have to do extra shifts just so that you can cover extra costs. But to be honest, that ideology of if I come to the UK, I'm rich, boom, I've made it, it's a very wrong perception to have, because it's very mistaken. And people that come in become shocked immediately. They be like, oh, no one told us this. But that's honestly how it works. Oh, people also have the perception that they will not miss home when they come in. Oh, I'm tired of these people in this place. I'm tired of this Nanja. I they go Yankee, I they go Jand. They feel like they will miss home. By the time you come and you see the culture, and you see, and loneliness start to creep in one way or the other, you start to miss home. You might not necessarily miss the bad things that are happening. Obviously, we're not going to be missing all the bad things that are happening, but you're going to miss a sibling or a family member or a friend. There's someone that you're going to just miss, or just the food, or just something that you're going to miss. So if you have the ideology that if I leave, I can't miss anything, I can assure you, you're going to miss. Except maybe you're going to miss something, at least. at least something. I don't know what it is right now, but even if it's to miss the shoemaker that you can call off your window and he'll come and do your shoe. Now you can't call shoemaker again, or the obioma or the keke na pep that would take you from one destination to the other. You would definitely miss something. Some people have this ideology that, oh, I've been watching British films, I've been watching American movies for the longest time possible. I have the accent. When I come here, I'm just spilling some accent. I don't even care. Wall up, wall up, wall up. News flash. The British people will not always understand you, no matter how that accent is like prim and proper. If it's not a British accent, some of them would not understand you. Some of them fake it, they fake that they don't understand you. Some of them genuinely don't understand you. So what I would advise you to do is when you come, don't try and fake accent, because as you're faking it, you're pronouncing some words differently. So for example, you want to pronounce something like fork, a fork that you used to eat. Some people, because they're trying to, you know, put some phonetics in there and make it sound posh, they say feck. Please don't go and say, don't do that to yourself. Don't do that to your generation. This is 2020. Don't try and I think what you can try, don't try and fake your accent just so that they can understand you. No, I think the best thing that you can do is talk slower and pronounce the words better. Don't try and change it because as you're trying to change the words and your pronunciation, you end up making them come and you're like and then you can't say the same thing the way you said it before. You know, so just say your words slow and steady and they will understand you. If they don't understand it, say it again, because best believe they can understand you. Just like so. Another mistake that some people make is they forget to call home. Typical example, don't forget to call home, because when you don't have all the money, all the British thousands of pounds, and you want to build your fantastic duplex in Banana Island, and you've not built that relationship with your people back home, you've not rebuilt the relationship, because obviously you left in it, you left the country, so you want to, and then you now, and they be calling you to ask you for money to do this, and you haven't picked up the phone. When you're not ready to build out your duplex in Banana Island, best believe somebody is going to finesse you. Someone's actually going to finesse you, because guess what, you've not been picking their calls, you've not been calling them. So you now want to build duplex. You think that they will use your money to build their own duplex first. Don't fall into that temptation. I'm just speaking not from personal experience, because I don't have a duplex, but just just try and call your family members when you're away. And if there are any more points, guys, you think that things that people actually, the mistake that, or the perceptions that people have before they move to a different country, please leave it down below. I'll be so thrilled to actually read them all and to reply to you guys. So we've come to the end of this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye bye.